Hey, it's Keisha. Welcome and welcome back. Today we're going to revisit a technique I posted a few years ago called releasing the tongue. And I will link that previous video in the description box. I won't spend too much time going into the wherefores and whys because that'll be in the previous video. But it seems that in my conversations with a number of people over the last couple of days, the energies are pretty strong and pulling you in different directions and people just needing a reset. So I thought I'd revisit this technique to share with you anew, to give you just another tool for your toolbox to help deal with the stress and the strain and the pull and the concerns and the worries and the whatevers. So rather, normally we begin with a meditation, but since this video is a meditation, we're just going to get right into it. So right now, just take a minute to notice where your tongue is in your mouth. And I hazard to guess that for 100% of you, your tongue is going to be pressed right behind your teeth. And that's probably where it sits all the time, right? And you are probably someone who's always jutting their head forward, right? And pushing forward. The eyes, if you notice where your eyes are in your head, they're probably more forward. You're going to feel the difference when we do the meditation and I have you bring them back into the center of your head. But for now, just kind of get a baseline for your tongue being pressed forward. That's pushing your head forward and your eyes are going forward. And all of that is in response to trying to move forward in the world and look ahead to try to head off any problems that there might be so that you can avoid them or solve them or be prepared for them. And all of that type A activity leaves us fucking exhausted because we're trying to plan for an infinite number of eventualities that we don't experience. And then because we've set all this energy out to kind of protect us, and it ends up not being used, it's like we're expending a lot of energy that seems to be wasted. And because we're doing that, we feel depleted. That's also why so often when I start these meditations, I ask you to bring your power back to yourself. And for those of you who are doing that consistently, you'll notice the difference. If you're not doing it when I'm talking about it in the video, but you're watching me, you're probably seeing a shift in my demeanor as I do that process. I know that when I do it, and especially when I'm filming, I instantly feel the difference. And I can tell that the muscles in my face are relaxing, that my body's relaxing in a different way, and my carriage and posture changes. And so that's something I want for you, which is why we always start our videos with that centering meditation. And this one, though, releasing the tongue, what I find so powerful about it, and it's funny because I've had this on the schedule for a while, and I had it further down the schedule after we'd done a few other processes. But last week, I was feeling like maybe this is something that we want to do now. And I started to do it, and within the first second, literally the first second or two, I instantly felt the difference in the quality of relaxation. And this was after I had just done yoga and just done a meditation. And I was like, yeah, no, we need to give this to the people now. There's no need to wait. So let us begin by sitting comfortably in a seat, whether you're on the floor or in a chair. If you're on the floor and you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, that's great. If you need to have your legs kind of out or to the side of you, however you need to be comfortable. Ideally, you want your sits bones balanced, so you're not leaning more to one side than the other. And the reason you want that to be balanced is because you want that foundation holding you up, as opposed to you having to effort through your abs and your upper torso. Because as we do this relaxation, you're going to be releasing all of that tension. And if your foundation is off balance, then you're going to tip over and have to work throughout the meditation to keep yourself upright. I do recommend that you do this meditation sitting up as opposed to lying down. And the reason being as we release the tongue, if you're lying down and you release the tongue while you're lying down, then you'd have to fight the reflex of choking. And there's no relaxation in that, let me tell you. So yeah, I want you sitting up for this. If you're in a chair, just balance again between your sits bones so that the weight is even and you're not pitched forward and not pitched back, so that your abs aren't working in either direction. They're supported by the foundation of your pelvis. And then you want your feet flat on the floor. If they're not quite touching the floor, or you're having to put them out in front of you to get comfortable. If you're having to put your legs out in front of you to get comfortable, then I need you sitting up a little bit higher. It's just so that you're not, again, having to effort through the abs to keep you upright. But that said, at this point, you should have been able to find a comfortable seat where you're evenly balanced, not too pitched forward and not pitched back, certainly not leaning side to side. And then we'll just go ahead and close our eyes and take a deep breath in and let it out. Another deep breath in and out. And just take a few more breaths and begin to let your thoughts settle. Any cares, concerns, worries, dramas, just let those release into the ethers, trusting that if you need them, they'll be there for you later. And if you don't need them, then good riddance, they're gone. Now gently feel a string coming out of the center of the top of your head, lifting your head upward, stretching the head out of the neck, out of the shoulders. It should be a slight change, but a change nonetheless. And it will likely cause you to sit a little more upright and relax the shoulders down. And the shoulders should be parallel to the ground, not tilted one way or the other, but just parallel straight across. Head lifting out of the neck, neck lifting out of the shoulders. And now gently pull your eyes back into the center of your head. And breathe. And notice how already just those two movements have made you more relaxed and calm in your body, more present. If your head was jutting forward before, gently bring it back so it's sitting in the center of the pipe that is your neck, and have the pipe that is your neck sitting in the center of your shoulders. And feeling the pull of the string from the top of the head, pulling you upright, perpendicular to the earth. So if you've made all of these little adjustments, your shoulders should be parallel to the ground, sitting also in parallel to your hip bones, your sit bones. And your neck should be perpendicular to your pelvic girdle and your shoulder girdle, sitting right in the middle, and your head sitting right in the center of your neck. And now your eyes are also in the center of your head. And the string is gently pulling from the center of the top of the head up. And now you may notice that the tongue is still pushed forward right behind the teeth. I want you just to relax the tongue down. And notice how that relaxes your throat muscles It makes it easier for your neck to find its space or find its place in the center of your shoulders. And now you're more relaxed between your shoulders and the top of the head. Just letting the tongue relax down into the well behind the bottom teeth. Not pushed against the top teeth, not pushed against the roof of your mouth. Just feeling the tongue relax. Now this may be disconcerting at first, but I'm going to keep coming back to reminding you to check where your tongue is and that it's relaxed in the well of your mouth behind your teeth. Because it's an unusual position, the tendency is going to be to place it back against the roof of the mouth. And so I'll come back every now and again to ask you to check in and see where it is, and then remind you to bring it back down into this relaxed position. You may notice saliva pooling in the bottom of your mouth, in which case you'll need to swallow. But just remember to bring your tongue back down behind your bottom teeth and into the well of your mouth. Just take a few deep breaths here. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. At this point, go ahead and, reset. Be yourself, but better, right? So one of the reasons I want to keep this short is because not every meditation needs to be super long in order for it to be effective. This one in particular is super effective. Like I'm sure you felt the deepness of the relaxation that you went into, which was deeper than a typical meditation you might enter. And because it is so disconcerting, I caution against having a longer practice when you first start out. The shorter, the better. There's also because it changed, like your tongue, is a very long muscle that's, coming down into your neck. And when you relax it in the way that you do, it changes how the other muscles around your neck and shoulder engage. And so you may feel like your shoulders may hurt slightly because now they're being asked to perform a little bit differently. And it takes a little bit of time to condition your body to recognize, we're in a relaxation mode now. And so I only, I recommend doing it for just, 5, maybe 10 minutes to start. It's not something, because it's so intense, it doesn't require that you give it 30 to 45 minutes right off the bat. Certainly if you've done it a few times and you feel like you worked up to that and that's something you want to try, then you can. But in this case, doing it at all is what's good. Less is more. So 5 to 10 minutes is a great place to start, especially since the relaxation is so deep. And this is a meditation that requires your full conscious participation. This is not something to play with and practice while you're driving, for instance. It's a little too powerful for that. Not that I'm saying you all try to meditate while you're driving, but some techniques you can try at different points when you're standing in line or whatever. This isn't one of them. This is one you want to practice when you're sitting down in a quiet space and you can give it the due attention that it requires. And again, just 5 to 10 minutes, that's all it takes. And I hope that's helpful. Feel free to leave me a comment below on how you were feeling and what you think or how you're excited to use it and engage with the practice. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments as well, and I will be certain to answer them. And I'll see you soon with another video. And of course, I will love you in the meantime. Bye.